Hello and welcome. So I figured I might as well record a video once in a while and just upload it to the YouTubes. Because why not? And every so often I get an email about a game that I should check out for various reasons because, I'm a content creator and despite being a small fish, well, people are just trying to reach more or less anybody. And this one, on a complete whim, I decided, you know what, let me just check it out. And when I started it up, let me just show you what the intro to this game is, because I think it is fascinating. This is called Bryce Tiles.
Brilliance in the name, brilliance in the game.
Bryce Tiles, you got five and make position. Bryce Tiles, you gotta make it your ambition, baby. Bryce Tiles, you're pushing, you're planning, you're on a roll. Whoa, yeah. Bryce Tiles, you gotta move those boxes. Bryce Tiles, you gotta hate those voices. Bryce Tiles, you're sliding, you're gliding to find the goal. Whoa, you're on a roll. Whoa, you gotta move right through those Bryce Tiles. Yeah.
Well, that's certainly an introduction. Somebody put a lot of work into that, I guess. Alrighty. I don't know what this game is or how it works, but let's just check out. Musical Chaos, Double Rumble, The Runner Vanishing Act, Custom Campaigns, Hills of Green. Go. I have no idea how this is gonna play, but I guess we'll see. Hills of Green. The email I received basically said that it was inspired by Chip's challenge, Rescue a Rover, Baba's Your Bowl Adventures of Lolo. Oh, and Adventures of Lolo. And let's put it this way, Baba's Your and Adventures of Lolo I like a lot. So, let's see how that's gonna go. Okay, so basically right now I'm using WASD. You can also use the arrow keys apparently. This is when I press W, A, D, S. So it's a bit of a adjustment. I think I've played like one isometric game like this that had like the directional inputs, but it actually was sloped the other way. I wonder whether you can change those settings. You can at least change some settings. Port side controls. Ah, look at this. It even has a nice little animation. Okay, now I think this is kind of how I played. So it's W, S, A, D. Alright, so apparently this is like a bit of Sokoban. There's these blocks that we can move. Presumably this is ice. Nope, that's water. Okay. Bloop bloop. Don't go into water. So, well, this actually makes more sense. There's a part... Did it say time? Basically, there's only a certain amount of pushes you want to get for, I guess, the best score. I don't know if this is going to influence anything. But, I mean, it's kind of like your usual pushy puzzle game, I guess. And this over there appears to be our objective to go. Even if I hold the direction down, by the way, it appears that my character is taking like a little bit of a break every single tile for like 1 frame. Which, you know, I guess it's okay. So there's a time advanced, total pushes 32, extraneous pushes 0. So you do get kind of told that, hey, there's a better way to solve this. I am curious. It says par pushes, but presumably they haven't really worried too much about if you can get even better than the score they already threw there. Anyways, just looking at the area here, and there's this box here. As is probably usual in these games, I assume we cannot pull these boxes, so our only way to do anything is to push. So, presumably, we probably want to push this box here, and this is definitely reminiscent of Adventures of Lolo. Except in Adventures of Lolo, you have absolutely no idea where the box is going to go, or, well, whatever you push into the water there, until you actually do, or put the thing into the water and just observe, which, considering that Adventures of Lolo has, like, limited lives, that seems kind of mean, honestly. So, we could push it to the right and then just up, but we could also presumably just push this box back into the water in order to save some pushes. So I think... wait. I guess I could push this into the water, or is this just... that's just a block. I probably don't get the box back out of the water, do I? If I do this. You know what, I'm actually curious what happens. Can you undo moves? The Z or Y buttons don't do anything. Is there any settings for... so reset anything. Speed increase, trails, dead zone, screensaver time. This is screensaver? Okay. Goal key. Power sounds, end screens, level titles. Oh, if I press G, this is the goal. It just pans the camera over. I'm mostly just curious. I assume this is gonna fail the level. Yeah, okay. I was just curious whether this is going to do anything. So, let me just redo this real quick, I guess. This time without pushing the box in the wrong direction. Like, initially I was thinking, oh, I can be smart and just save some tiles, but... I guess technically I realized that pushing it into the stream there was not the play, but at the same time I felt like trying it anyways. I do wonder whether there could be some form of a timing element to this, because I can move while the box is moving into place, and it does not appear to be like turn-based movement for what it's worth. Still getting used to the isometric controls where this is going left right now. North, left, south. And the little guy just goes downstairs. Cold, cold river blues. Part-time pushers. Oh, part-time is 1 minute and 5 seconds. I wonder whether the timer already starts counting down while I'm just sitting here. Anyways, we need 2 boxes in order to get across. And we have 1 box here. And presumably we need to get at least 1 more box over here. However, in order to get a box over here, we will need to... no, actually we don't need to do anything extra, we just need to get a box here. There's a blue box. I cannot push this one from this side. Looks kind of strange. It's like an overly saturated version of these. Oh, I need to push the box backwards in order to do anything here, it seems. I can put 1 box here. Then what? Maybe I need to push the box here instead. There's a key over there to the left. I will assume this is what would move the blue box around. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out where I would want to push that box from over here. But in the meantime, I might as well go and grab it, I guess. I was mostly thinking, maybe just push it here so we can go to the left and see what else we can do. I'll figure out in a second if this is wrong. Okay, so this is actually a solid object here. Can we go up and around behind it? We can. So we have 1 box back for investing 1. And we can also get the other box back. I was mostly curious if this water, like the flowing water here to the left, would have any influence on where I should put stuff, but I think it's fine. Can you just walk through? Yeah, you can just walk through now. Anyways, I will assume, but I don't technically know yet, that we cannot push 2 boxes at the same time. Let me actually push this one further just to test that theory. Some games allow you to push like boxes in stacks, kind of like Baba View, but I will guess this is not gonna be one of them, and the way I pushed it over there would allow me to wiggle them free, even though the game is gonna tell me that I did not reach the par pushes for boxes. That's okay. Alright, let's see. Oh, no, it does allow you to push 2 boxes. Wow, I was wrong on my assumptions. 0 extraneous pushes. Alrighty, par pushes is 40. Along the trail. I guess the amount of pushes for par is also kind of an indicator as to what you need to do potentially, because maybe you might think of a much more complicated solution than necessary. So we can go in here, and I don't get to go anywhere. This is actually quite interesting, because it's similar to, like, the water. Except that, of course, I can walk onto it without drowning. In the river, that is. There's one box here, the goal is over there. And this box over to the left here, I don't know if it will have any use. Actually, no, just pushing that box into the water is going to solve the level for us, I think. But that seems pretty straightforward. Consequently, do I need 3 boxes here to get across? I mean, I have 3 boxes. There's one more over there. Why is there another one over there? I don't think I need that one up there. Let's see if I'm wrong. I might be missing something. But I'm thinking that I can just push this here. Push this here. There's another box over there. Push this here. Okay, I was just curious how that would react. Push this here. This goes on a right and we can just go across. Okay. 26 pushes. So I beat it with 14 less than it was par thing. I get a little trophy too, it seems. Maybe the par is just what you need to get under in order to get the thing. Dark Days of Autumn. Hello. No sound effects in this case. So, do you can't just keep chasing me? Okay, you try to follow the closest path towards me, and it appears that you're not letting up once you get started, for what it's worth. There's water over there, we can push this across. I wonder if the doggy can... No, you don't swim. Can you get pushed over here? Oh, well, that's not good. Anyways, I guess we might need another box over there. I don't know if we need it, but we presumably could get one. Yeah, it always tries to find the exact shortest path, it appears. I guess we could have used this box here in order to, like, block off the entrance here, so we wouldn't get chased anymore. Which, that is very reminiscent of Adventures of Lolo, for what it's worth. So I will guess it is no longer going to follow me. Whee! Because it did not actually want to enter the conveyor belt earlier either. So the exit is over there. It appears that we need at least 2 boxes to get across. Do we need more than that? Man, this game all having the concept of a par and counting your pushes just makes me want to try and solve it properly by itself. This feels like the kind of game where I sometimes would just try a solution. If it doesn't work, I'll see and just adjust the next time I go through. But then again, unlike Baba Is You, it doesn't have like an easy just rewind button. 39 pushes, 7 pushes more than necessary, mostly because I put the other box over there. Barking Mad. So... oh, I was slightly too slow, that's alright. I'm actually curious if I can... okay, yeah, I cannot drop onto the box while it is still swimming, it appears. That's good to know. We're just gonna be here. Oh, there's another doggy. How inconvenient. Kind of waiting for these guys to curl up into a little ball whenever they have a straight shot towards me and just rolling into me. Anyways, goodbye. I might need this box, but I don't know that. Okay, there is a green key box and a yellow key box in the way, and another one just to the side appears. Do I need this box? Maybe. It's also entirely possible that the other box I just shoved down to the left I also need, so... well... yep, I do need that one. Plus, they don't go into conveyor belts anyway, so I could have just continued on, but I didn't see that in time. That's alright. It's a short enough level that I don't mind just redoing. The graphics are a little bit jittery. I do not know if this is necessarily something relevant. Also, worth noting, I think if I didn't realize that I can push 2 boxes at the same time, this also might have made it a little bit more awkward. And here it appears we just need to grab the keys, while not getting eaten or bitten by the doggy. For some reason, this is reminded me of another puzzle game right now that was also very minimalistic graphics, although I guess this one has a bit more art style to it, if you will. The other game being something with a weasel. Something Leaf? Leaf's Odyssey, I think. I don't know why it reminds me of this, because I've never actually played that one. So, if I go to the left here, are you gonna start seeing me? This is where we need to go. We need to find the green key. There appears to be a box over there. Oh, now you see me. That's interesting. How did you see me? It might actually just calculate the line of sight, I guess. Anyways, we can go up north over there. Or we can try to go here. We do appear to require 2 boxes in order to go to the left here. So I guess we can push this upper one down. Or we could see if we can find anything on this path. There does not appear to be much of a reason not to just go and explore, I guess. And alrighty, this is an exit, so we can't do anything here right now. I do wonder whether I could actually just pass through the dog if I walk at the correct time, or whether it's always gonna catch me like this. Because it's kind of interesting. Let me... that's too late to move. This feels like the kind of game where you could do some silly stuff like that, but it appears that, at least for now, there's no such way. I mean, there could be such a way, I just don't know about it. Anyways. We do need this box, so we're gonna bring it with us. Oh. You went over there. Is there like a oops. Oh my goodness. Is there like a preference whether you go left, right, up or down first, I wonder? Oh, you still caught me. I disagree with that one, but that's alright. Actually, I wonder if I could just move the box and sneak behind it. No, I cannot. Alrighty. Leaves of Brown. So maybe drag the dog friend over here, push this box. This actually saves me one push, unless... Actually, I guess I don't know how the game calculates when I push two boxes at the same time. It could be that it just counts it as one push, even though I'm pushing two boxes at the same time. Or it could be considered to be like two pushes anyways. So it might not matter for optimization purposes for me to push these boxes like this. I don't know though. Lasers! I am tempted to step into this, but considering that I would have to redo the previous part, I'm also kind of tempted to just not worry about that. Except, I'm just curious anyways. You know, one thing I'm actually happy about this feels like the kind of game, or the kind of graphic style where there would just be a whole lot of unnecessary, like a cutesy art style, cartoony even, and then a whole lot of unnecessary gore and violence. Like, this kind of feels like it could have gone that way, but at least for me, I'm happy it doesn't go that way, because I'm not a big fan of it. Some people enjoy it, but it's just not my cup of tea. Anyways, let's not get our hair cut by the lasers this time. So, what is my objective here? I actually don't know how the boxes are gonna interact with this stuff either, for what it's worth. Can I move these things around? Yes, and this probably also counts as a push. Now the big question is, where would I want to hit the laser in order to do anything with it? Do I want to hit the box? Maybe I want to hit the panel? I don't know. How am I gonna find out? That's an excellent question. We also have two mirrors, which I'm not sure why I need a second one. Well, I guess it depends on where I'm supposed to direct the laser towards. Then again, the lower one here, maybe it's just kind of an indicator that, hey, if it hits the flat side, it doesn't actually reflect anywhere because, you know, it just goes straight back or something. Maybe that's just kind of a little teaching thing. Anyways, let's see what happens if I do this. Okay, you just fry that part. I will assume the boxes are gonna stop the laser. You know what, I'm just gonna try it. It could also be that the boxes just get burnt by the laser instead. No, they just get stopped. And it has that annoying sound effect again. You know, actually thinking about it, I do need at least one box over there. There could be a second hidden water puddle right behind it, which would be inconvenient. So maybe this is... Let me actually just not worry about the par stuff at all this time. Let's use... Oh, I can't get this off the wall. Never mind. I was gonna use that thing in order to get it off the sides, but I can't do that. In fact, I might have just messed up the puzzle. Okay, there is water here. It's kind of hidden. I figured there might be water here, but it could easily be, oh, you only need one box in order to proceed, which is what I initially thought. And then I realized there are two boxes here and figured out there's not. So I'm not sure if this is part of the puzzle design for this game. Like, for all I know, that could just be part of the intent. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. Anyways, I don't know if I can do anything with this anymore, because if you realize, the laser is pointing right at this box right now. And if I push it, I'm gonna get lasered. Yeah, I think I just need to redo this part. Alrighty, I'll be right back. Alrighty, and we're back. I guess I'm just gonna try and get the box out there first. And also think about on how I need to work with stuff so I don't get my thing stuck in a laser. I guess the lower box was easy to get out of. The upper box, on the other hand, I guess once it is here, we are fine now, I think. Why? I was thinking, oh, I just need to move the laser so I can push the boxes. Yeah, but I need to open the thing. Be right back. Alrighty, this time with 60% less dingus moves. Maybe. No guarantees. Move the box so we can have access to it later. Push it over there. One box. I guess I could have saved myself some pushes if the pushes don't get added up like this, I guess. Anyways. I suppose I don't know what's behind these boxes. But presumably we'll want to just push this into the water here. But now that the game has had like that one hidden water tile behind that area, I just kind of keep thinking, okay, there could be hidden water over there, if it makes any sense or not. Anyways, we have a green key. And because of the one-way railway conveyor belt, there's not really much of a way for us to backtrack, so we have to push these boxes in order to get through. Also, I guess we need to be reasonably quick in order to not get bitten by the doggy. Alrighty, and this is Bryce Tiles. And now we have even a little fun hat that is offset by 1 frame whenever we move. That could be intentional for all I know. Or it could just be, you know, it's good enough. Anyways, it's a fun little game, I guess. So, what do I think of it? Well, just as a disclaimer, I did receive the game key for free, so I don't know if it's necessary for me to say that, but I feel like it's just correct to do so. Anyways, this seems like a neat little puzzle game that has quite some punishing aspects to it, since if you make a mistake, you just reset the entire puzzle. Unlike more modern puzzle games with their undo button for each action, this one is going to be more of the classic route like Adventures of Lolo for the NES or Chip's Challenge, where if you make a mistake, you have to redo the entire level. I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing, as it adds a bit of an extra I want to get this right on the first try type of mindset. But I do guess it does make it a bit less accessible to the more casual player. Anyways, it has some goofy graphics and somebody put quite a bit of work into this, so I think it's kinda neat. Also, I think I would do it a disservice to not mention that I actually didn't quite expect this, but apparently there is a mode in the other levels, if we go to level select, that has double rumble. AK, in this case, it has just 2 characters at the same time that you control. And I imagine this has other things too. This is just a runner. Oh dear. So yeah, this game has actually quite a bit more to offer than just the classic puzzle experience, I guess. So I only just kind of now checked out these other modes. I probably feel like I should have done this earlier, but I'm not a particularly good or even experienced reviewer kind of person, so I'm just now realizing this. The Vanishing Act, and away we go. What's here? What do you mean away we go? Okay. You know, I thought it was just a classic style puzzle game. Maybe there is... Well, no, there is more to it. Okay. Open up this. Let me through. Grab the key. I don't know... Oh. Wait, a level just vanished below me. I guess you might need to be fast on this one. Anyways, this game has more to it than it initially appears. Just as a heads up, I kind of wanted to append this at the end there.